Sunday night, November 14th, 2021. Let's recap three major sports. We're going to recap NFL, college basketball, and take a quick glance at NHL, but a lot of the games are still going on in NHL, so it's not really all that much value yet. A lot going on. I'm getting burnt out, people. This is becoming exhausting, and I kind of want to explain some things about why this takes so much work and why I try to train other people to do this, and I'm unsuccessful almost 100% of the time, just because there's just so much going on. Even I don't understand it all, but you can understand when you start to dig things down. First of all, NFL, this is 5 and 6 here, but it's actually a really, really good day, and I could tell from all the likes on the video, especially during the 1 o'clock hour. We won a lot of big games, and things like Cam Newton coming back and Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins still being out screwed up this projection, and I think hopefully we talked about that. I didn't even realize Cam Newton was actually playing today. I was going off the news from earlier in the week that he wasn't going to play, but he was signed. That messed up this game. Tampa Bay blows one to Washington, and we did say Washington would win on the spread, but Detroit tie against Pittsburgh, so that's not really a loss because it's a tie. And here, Philadelphia beats Denver. The alternate projection much better of the Eagles winning 24-17. They win 30-13. That's right. Denver's defense didn't play that was to be picked off as well. Patriots crush it. But here we lost the number one pick of the day in the Chargers. And I was looking at the board and I was thinking, well, first of all, we have 43 points predicted for the Chargers. That is much higher. That is 33%-ish higher more than any other team on here. And we have a lot of points for Minnesota. So what on earth happened here? We disagreed with the odds makers a little bit. We ended up losing this game. And this is why I get anxious and I tell people I don't have time to do the work and I actually don't want to put out a product, because if I don't check everything over, we start to run into problems like this and then people lose their money on my predictions. And so I'll tell you a little bit why this happened. First of all, when you look at the projection pivot sheet and you start to look at all the teams and the players on all the teams, one thing I noticed when I opened up the Chargers was that Dustin Hopkins, their kicker, has a 1.3 rating. And I was like, well, that's pretty high for a kicker. Let's take a look at all kickers, for example. And let's sort this by the most impactful kicker, most contribution score rated kicker. The free agents, there's a bunch of free agents that are in here, are up at the top. The next is the Chargers and then Detroit and then Washington. And you can see how the kickers almost double the score of many other kickers. And I mean, I guess what's contributing to Dustin Hopkins' rating there as the kicker is what? Like, why did it do this? Hopkins, where is he? He's right here. He's only at 71%. And I have him on Washington. Is he also on the Chargers? Like, I really don't understand. Oh, crap. There it is. Damn it. So, damn it. I'm sorry. This is what happened. Son of a bitch. So, we have him in here twice because he's on both teams, and we added the two of those scores together. Damn it. So if we get rid of one of them, the Washington contribution, and we go all the way back here, what happens? Still at 1.3. Why? Because we're summing up everything. All right, so here's the problem. It's that we're duplicating some stats because he's been on two teams. And that's an acceptable thing to do for other positions like receivers and rushers and passers because it actually works properly in the formulas. It's not with kickers because you're essentially adding twice as many kicks if they're on twice as many teams. So that right there contributed to an inflated score of this game. We were still thinking the Chargers were supposed to win this. When you start to look at all the stats about how these teams work on the road and at home, the Chargers have what's called a home offensive score amplifier of 1.1, meaning they score 110% or 10% more than normal when they're at home. And Minnesota gives up more on the road. If you look at Minnesota has a 1.34 score attenuator defense, but they're away. Sorry, I'm sorry. There's a lot going on here. It's this reduce score. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm sorry. I'm being complicated. I'm really tired, guys. So it looks like the kicker situation screwed us up on this game and gave us a little too many points for the Chargers, but they lost the game anyway. So we're probably going to lose that game anyway. But it wouldn't have been this high on the list after we fixed problems like that. So other than that, I mean, Cowboys cover, Bills cover, even though we didn't think they were going to cover, that they're going to win. This Jacksonville almost comes back, and had they come back and scored the touchdown, they would have had more of a 24-23 win, and it was projecting the alternate score of a 20-21 win. So this could have gone either way. I love what the algorithm did here, and Jacksonville did cover the 10 points. So there were a lot of games that could have been won here. NFL algorithm does a good job. Like I say, it takes a ton of effort, and I'm just one person doing 100 things at once. So tonight's game with the Chiefs, we'll see what happens, and then Monday night with the Rams. So that's a quick football review. Let's go to college basketball. Still 3 games going, I think. Yeah, still 3 games going. Of course, college basketball, freaking look at that. That is how many games in a row? 16 games in a row with no home bump. I sent the file out with a 10% home bump today, and that is still 16-3, but the Sacred Heart game gets moved up and they lose. So college basketball, I'm doing good things, even though I haven't updated for current 2021 full season stats without any of last year. So that's a pretty good day. This one's a little easier. Like I said, there are fewer issues to worry about with bounces because you have such a long game. Like, for example, St. Bonaventure was down at half and even down with 8 minutes left in the game, and then they just turned it on, and they win the game by 9, right? So it's just kind of college basketball can be more predictable, and if you did big parlays with the top 8 or something like that, you won. Down here, it gets a little sketchy, but hopefully this will get better down here as I get more current stats and only current stats in here because I think we'll do better at the bottom of the list. So college basketball, pretty good day. And then hockey, only 1 game so far, and Calgary has won. There's some games, I think Caps are up 2-1 on Pittsburgh. Whatever. So that's the basic look. The other thing I want to say is, I'm doing 100 things at a time. The reason, I'm glad that you found me and you found these videos. Consider yourself just a really, observant and intelligent individual if you watch my videos, because I've been doing this for 13 years and I don't run around trying to buy subscribers or fake anything or try to talk down to a public that might not understand what on earth they're looking at. I try to raise the tide for all boats here and really go technical and talk about what I do, because I'm a firm believer that it is the best sports projection models, and the methods in which I use are the best in the world. And I say that not just because we have a lot of success in sports, but because in other areas of life where I have been contracted to do work, the same thing happens every time, which is, one, I get fired because I'm a lunatic. But before I get fired, I solve a problem that they cannot believe I was able to solve in like 24 hours. And they ask me, how did you do this? And I try to explain to them that I am just an autistic savant, and I have been doing this my entire life. My mom was a math teacher. My dad's a very technical person as well, and has a great memory. And I can't see, and I have difficulty reading. I make errors all the time. I'm very mistake prone. So, and I have terrible gambling luck. I built these original algorithms. I built a baseball algorithm for my grandpa because his picks were terrible. And when I was taking care of him years ago, I wanted to show him that we could make better picks by using the numbers. That's how I started doing the baseball algorithm years ago. So the point is that I've got other more important, I hate to say it that way, but there are more important things to do. I'm working on a molecular diagnostics and genomic analysis tool within Excel so that we can try to combat certain genetic diseases and identify just tailored treatments for people based on their genome. There's a similar, it's very, very, this is an off-topic type thing, but there's just a lot can be done with numbers and computing power in the way that I understand information. So when I spend all day doing this and I don't make a bet, and nobody pays me in the last 48 hours. What it makes me want to do is do this. It makes me want to prepare these algorithms for people in the morning, send it out to them by email, and really not do videos because I have another life to live. So I'm going to go that route as long as people aren't compensating me appropriately. And I feel that right now, seeing this and being exhausted, I'm going to say I'm not being compensated appropriately. And listen, I thank a lot of you guys. I think a lot of you guys have supported me, but understand that I'm just one person, and there's only so many hours of the day. So I'm signing off for now. I'm taking a break this week. You'll still see me do videos because I can't stop. Like if I do something and I see, if somebody asks me for something, I just have no choice but to do it. It's my nature. And so I'll be doing them sporadically, but you're not going to see me giving away files and doing all kinds of stuff, especially with college basketball, because as soon as I update this thing for 2022 stats and put it out to the odds makers, all of the premium or extra benefit that we would have by having this inside information, not really inside information, it's accurate information, but the benefit of the programming work that I will do and the projection work that I'll do in this will just simply be eaten up by all the odds makers and by everyone else, and it will make the lines worse, and it will just be me doing what I call as a zero-sum game, which is working and not really getting paid. And so I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out, and the way to unburn me out is to pay me so that I can pay other people to update this stuff and check this stuff for me. I'll crowdsource some of it. That's helpful. But the truth is, I'll give you real numbers. Like over the last week, I've gotten like $300 from people to do all these algorithms. That's a joke. That's like $10 an hour. If I wanted to work for $10 an hour, then I'd move to a country where the minimum wage is $10 an hour, which I think it's like almost 15 in a lot of the United States right now, or $7.25 in Virginia, where I'm originally from. Point is I don't want to work for $10 an hour. I do want to work to do this. I do want to work to show you that the math matters and that information matters, and that we're able to draw conclusions based on numbers that are more informed than the general public. I do want to do that, but I also want to cure cancer. So I'm going to work on curing cancer, and I'm going to work on doing payroll for people all across the country with the program that I think is the easiest payroll solution on the planet. So just understand that going forward, because yesterday, I felt anxious. I'm unhappy with not double checking stuff over, because then you get this. And I just, like I said, if you guys want this, then pay and pay well. I mean, that's the point is I'm just not going to continue to sacrifice all this time when I'm not betting. And anyway, so that's my dissertation on being annoyed that I had to do work all day long. But it was fun watching some games, and mostly I napped because I was exhausted. All right, so good luck, Chiefs, right? Good luck, Chiefs. Should we check to see if there's a problem with the Chiefs? The answer is we probably should. Like, what's the Chiefs situation? Is there anything we need to know in this game? I don't know. I haven't checked. Let's check if he's still stuck around. Actually, this game's going on. I don't even care. All right, good luck, guys. Maybe all your picks be winning.